to the Odyssey Graduation for the class of 2022. My name is Valedictorian, and I'm one of the Valedictorians who will be your Masters of Ceremonies for this evening. At this time, please stand for the national anthem that will be played by Senior Donovan Pearson.
welcome our honored guests of the evening. Board of Education members Sean McCabe, Terry McClure, Superintendent of Schools Kathy Gottman, Assistant Superintendents Valerie Payne and Michael Zappitz, as well as the Odyssey faculty and staff, past and present, parents and families, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2022.
Hello, my name is Jacob Malone, valedictorian of this graduating class. Thank you for joining us in celebrating this important marker in our lives. Thank you to our principal, Jeffrey Henley, senior counselors, Toria Frank, Jennifer Kelly, Juana Okafor, and class advisors, Jamie Smith and Julie Totora, for all you've done for our class. And thank you, Donovan Pearson, for all of your musical accompaniment. Thank you for Odyssey families and staff for all your support, which has culminated in today's graduation.
Also valedictorian. Please make note of the location of the exit nearest to you in the event of an emergency. Please refrain from drinking or eating as there is no food or drink allowed in the auditorium. Help us maintain the dignity of our celebration by ensuring that all cell phones are silenced and that there is no texting occurring during the ceremony. For your convenience, restrooms are located outside of the auditorium to the right. Also, standing in the aisles is not permitted. Thank you for your cooperation.
Another valedictorian of this year's class. Our first speaker is my former principal from Patty Hill and now the superintendent of schools, Miss Kathleen Groutman. Our superintendent is very rooted in the Greece community, being an active member of Greece Rotary and the Greece Chamber of Commerce. She also connects with kids across the district with her group of student leaders. Ms. Groutman believes in the importance of choosing love, inclusion, and giving all students an opportunity to succeed. Please give a warm welcome to Superintendent Kathleen Groutman.
Thank you, McKenna. Welcome. Can I get a good evening? I know you're ready. This is a really, really incredible night. I am truly honored to share this special day with you and would like to formally welcome our proud parents here, extended family members, and friends to this commencement ceremony honoring the class of 2022. I also would like to thank all of our exceptional teachers, staff members, school leaders, and Board of Education members for their service to our schools and community. Everyone joining us in this beautiful auditorium should feel proud because you've contributed in some way to a student crossing the stage. I thank you deeply for being here and for all that you've done for these young people to achieve this goal. Simply stated, a diploma matters. I'd like to start today a little unconventionally by addressing parents, which isn't what I normally do. Last month I was able to watch my daughter Chloe graduate from college, and I've spent considerable time since then reflecting on this. As a parent, there's nothing more that we want for our kids than to be happy and successful. For the last 4 years, I've watched my daughter both succeed and struggle, probably like many of you. Like you, I've had to balance sitting back and also getting involved. I've had to support and also bite my lip at times. I watched her be sent home from college and have to work in a completely remote model. I watched her continue in a hybrid model and then go back to completely in person. All of this while there was changing requirements with masking, indoor capacity, and testing. I watched anxiously as she got COVID for the first time and gave it to her friend group and our entire family at Christmas last year. And I watched her all while she was dealing with the typical things that this age group does, like heartbreak, broken friendships, death of family members, and the consequences of some poor decisions. Parenting certainly isn't easy, especially during a pandemic. You, though, as parents and guardians and loved ones in this room right now, have stepped up, and you've supported your graduates in amazing ways. You've gotten them to this point, and you are a big part of why we are here today. So I just want to say thank you to all of you. as well. Everything that I just described about my own daughter, you have lived, and you have so much to be proud of. It's impossible for the majority of us in this room to imagine what it's like, or what it has been like for you. However, through this, you've demonstrated perseverance, hard work, grace, resilience, and my hope is that you've also found many moments of joy and built true friendships and found love along the way. You're entering a completely different phase of your life, a phase that affords you the choice of freedom in how you want to spend your life. What do you want to do for a job and career? Who do you want to spend your life with? You have the opportunity to influence our community and make our world a better place, and we are expecting that of you. I have 2 pieces of advice that are simple as you leave the walls of Greece Central. 1, make connections. One of the most important things that I've learned in my career and as a person is the power of connections and collaboration. COVID made it abundantly clear the importance of this. For us to keep schools open, we needed to rely on people in all departments, from food service, our school nurses, transportation, to your teachers. If we didn't work together and connect, we would have failed. When you go off to life, to work, or to college, the same thing will be true. So find ways to build relationships, rely on others, while also sharing your amazing talents. Make strong new connections, but also know that we are here for you in your hometown of Greece. And number 2, love. I say that as a verb. Our theme this year, like McKenna mentioned, was to choose love. It's something that I believe to my core, and at a time when there's more division than ever, we need to, it's easy to see that our world needs more love, and our world needs more kindness and compassion. Consider what this looks like to you and take action in big and small ways. Choosing to actively love and to be a loving person is directly connected to happiness and well-being, which is what we want for you. Graduates, you have worked hard, you've learned important lessons, acquired critical skills, and you are ready. From the bottom of my heart and on behalf of the Greece Central School family, I extend my sincere congratulations to each and every one of you for a job well done. Go be great, class of 2022.
Thank you, Superintendent Groutman. My name is Sarah Zimmerman, a valedictorian of the class of 2022. This year's staff speaker is a social studies teacher most graduates here tonight know very well. I believe the simplest way to describe this faculty member's relationship with students here at Odyssey is a phrase I've heard many times the past 2 years. I didn't realize how good of a teacher he was until I wasn't in his class anymore. His door is always open, even to those he doesn't actively teach. He knows more about Star Wars than anyone should, and he's given so many of us an unforgettable high school experience through his support. It is my pleasure to introduce our faculty speaker tonight, the one and only Mr. Allen.
Hi, my name is Dave Allen, and I am not, nor have I ever been a valedictorian, so please bear with me as I try and find my speech here. Ooh, okay, there we are. Look, I'm getting old here. I gotta put the glasses on. Thank you, Ms. Zimmerman. I appreciate it. Good evening, parents, grandparents, family members, random people looking for a good time. Most importantly, the graduating class of 2022. Truth be told, I thought about wheeling the smartboard out for this, just so you could see my circles and scribbles one last time. But 2 things would have happened. Number 1, your tics would have returned, and number 2, I wouldn't be able to work it anyway. Nonetheless, thank you for inviting me to speak. I promise to be brief, which is the first time in your life you've ever heard that. I am honored to be part of your special night. This is actually the 4th time I've had the privilege of addressing Odyssey seniors, but this is particularly poignant for me, as I stand here to impart some of the sage knowledge I have collected in now my 50 years on Earth. As I do so, having 2 nights ago sat and watched my daughter graduate from Webster Schrader High School. So I look on all of you, and I think, what knowledge would I want someone to impart on my oldest daughter, and my oldest child and my only daughter? Coincidentally, nothing makes you more keenly aware of how little knowledge you possess than living with your teenage daughter. I don't know, I don't understand, I'm ridiculous, I'm overly dramatic. I am many, many things that all culminate in me not knowing much, allegedly. But what my daughter does not yet know, and what you all do not yet know, is that as parents, we actually know quite a bit. So before you embark on the next phase of life, I want to share a few things that I know. I know that your Odyssey's Odyssey, given you started in grade 6, has taken the last 7 years to complete. It only felt like 10. And just like in the epic poem Homer penned about a 10-year war against Palpatine's galactic empire and subsequent slow roll through the underground to put a ring on it. I'm paraphrasing here. I Googled that. I've never read that book. But that's all right. Most of your kids likely didn't read it either. At any rate, your Odyssey has included finding classrooms, middle school testing or lack thereof, reading inventories, pep rallies, circumventing Martha at door 5, the dreaded ESK, and completing an entire year of high school in your underwear. I know you are resilient. You have the inauspicious honor of being a COVID class. On March 13th, 2020, the world shut down, and you rolled with it. You attended class via Google Classroom. Now I'm having checks. You learned how to turn your Chromebook camera off and go back to bed. You crowdsourced homework. You socially distanced. You had drive-by birthday parties. You found new ways to stay connected. And you found new appreciation for those connections. You persevered through what was, hopefully, the worst rather, of a life-changing pandemic. And for as tough as that was, you actually fared better than many adults. I know the Buffalo Sabres are getting better. One of these days they're going to make the playoffs, and then eventually the Stanley Cup. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And the Foo Fighters are going to play the victory parade. Go Sabres! I know you have beliefs, and I know you have it in you to share those beliefs. But whether you're Stop the Steal or Stop the Ridiculousness, your teachers haven't taught you the loudest speaker wins the argument. The one with the most evidence does. Now look, if you're dead set on annoying Aunt Ruth at Thanksgiving dinner, that's your cross to bear. But if the last administration and the last few years especially have taught us anything, it's that our little experiment in democracy doesn't survive unless each of us exercises our citizenship rights and responsibilities responsibly. My hope is that each of you apply the resilience, empathy, and common sense you've learned over the last 2 years to your greatest role, that of citizen. The consequences are too great otherwise. I know, and this is going to be controversial, the class of 2022 didn't really win Spirit Stick at your last pep rally. And I know you can do better. So I have taken the liberty of getting Dr. Henley to give you one last chance to prove the class of 2022 deserves the title. In a moment, you're going to have one final opportunity before you graduate to give your cry. Dr. Henley is going to help me with this, and we have a newly created Spirit Stick by Miss Ranaletti. So we're going to prompt you, and then as loud as you can, you're going to respond. Are we ready? Here we go. Odyssey, Odyssey, what's your cry? Not bad. Not bad. That was good. Nicely done. I know you have character that defines you, and my hope is that each of you strives to be defined positively. My high school English teacher, Miss Litvinus, still lives in Western Irondequoit, always told us if we wanted to flip burgers at Burger King, to be the best burger flippers to ever wear the BK crown. Whatever you do, go all in. Have the integrity to make sure you pursue the rest of your life with the honesty, courage, and sense of loyalty I know you are all capable of, and never sacrifice your integrity. I know you will make mistakes. We all do. I make mistakes as a parent. My parents made mistakes, and they'll all deny it if you rat me out. Even my daughter makes the occasional error. When those inevitable errors occur, have the grace to forgive yourself. And by extension, when people you care about make mistakes, at least entertain allowing them the grace of forgiveness as well. Unless they're trashing the Sabres, in which case they're dead to us. I know your parents are doing their best to tolerate me right now. I know one's already leaned over and said to the other, "He's not that funny." To which the other probably replied, "I thought he'd be taller." I hold no offense. because I also know that they're holding on by a thread as they hurtle through this space-time continuum that is watching their first or second or last baby graduate high school and ask one another, how the heck did we get here? Graduates, it takes a lot of sacrifice to raise a child. It's exhausting. It's selfless, and it goes by in an instant. The very first thing you do after this ceremony tonight is hug your parents. And here's the last thing that I know. I know I'm proud of you. I know your parents, friends, and family are proud of you as well. I know you will forever be a part of the Odyssey community. I know that you can make us all proud to have had a small part in your education and growth, and I know you all know where to find me in room 116. Work hard, love what you do, and never, ever settle for someone who doesn't lift you up. Now go be freaking awesome.
Thank you, Mr. Allen. My name is Ryan Michelson, and it is my privilege to introduce to you a melodic dedication to our seniors performed by the Odyssey Academy Select Choir under the direction of Mr. Stephen Miller.
Hello again. I am Jacob Malone. It is a Greece Central School District tradition for one of the valedictorians to give an address. This year's valedictorian speaker is Kelvin Nguyen. As our class president, Kelvin has made senior year fun for most of us by planning events such as the senior sunrise and the sunset. Kelvin is also one of the smartest people I know, always striving to be better. His high standards, driving work ethic, and dedication in school and life have allowed him to accomplish many things in his academic career. Kelvin is also very kind to everyone, not being afraid to tell people when they are in the wrong and being able to take criticism of himself. His ability to be able to clearly communicate with others makes him a strong leader in school and generally well-liked throughout our class. Without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce the valedictorian speaker for the Greece Odyssey class of 2022 and one of my closest friends, Kelvin Nguyen.
Thank you, Jacob. Good evening, everyone. Dr. Henley, teachers, staff, family and loved ones, friends, and most importantly, the Odyssey Academy graduating class of 2022. My name is Kelvin Nguyen, and I'm honored to be the valedictorian speaker making this speech tonight. This is a night we've been waiting for since middle school. It seemed so far away. And now here we are, about to graduate. All of our different paths merge into this one place, the stage. And for the first time in almost 2 years, our entire class is together at a ceremony celebrating us. Before I commence my speech, I'd like to thank my friends and teachers for helping me grow and learn more about myself and this strange world that we are all about to go into. I think I speak for the entire class when I say we thank Quizlet, SparkNotes, Photomath, and the TI-inspired calculators for carrying us throughout our time here at Odyssey Academy. I would also like to thank my best friend, Kelvin Van. I've had this friendship with him for 12 years now. We went through 3 schools together. He's my voice of reason and my right-hand man for advice on anything I needed to talk to him about for all these years. I would not be here tonight if it wasn't for him. So I want to take the time out of my speech to thank him, and I hope for a lifelong friendship with him in the future. Okay, now I know people are already falling asleep probably. They expect me to make some inspiring words. I'm getting to it. It's pretty late, we're all tired, but I'll get through it fast. Chúc mừng năm mới. This means Happy New Year in Vietnamese. And we say this on Tet, our Lunar New Year, to celebrate the passing of a new year and everyone being 1 year older. This was the earliest phrase I can remember my mother's teaching me, and she's also a big reason why I'm here speaking tonight. No one works harder than my mother, and I've taken up to look up to her, and it drives me to be my very best. So, cảm ơn mẹ, that means thank you, mother. As little kids, a new year passing by didn't seem like much. We didn't know any better back then. We were just living life carefree. As we entered the school system and the New Year's came, we grew mentally and physically. All this growing up to answer this question that school was all about. What do you want to be when you grow up? This was a question at the time our feeble minds could not comprehend. Personally, my first answer was McDonald's worker. But like everyone here, we changed this answer to the question over time. As we started our journey here at Odyssey Academy, this question became more clear as most of us split off in different paths, taking classes to be able to answer this question. Over time, this question became more stressful because just as high schoolers, we were expected to know exactly what we wanted to do right after we received our diploma and know all of our interests and goals. As the question loomed over us as we progressed through this strange game of life, we were also thrown into another game, this numbers game. What is this numbers game? the numbers 0 through 9. We let these 10 numbers control and dictate how we go about life, how high or how low these numbers are on our Instagram likes, on a bank account, how many friends we have, or even in our wallet. They influence how we go about life. This is a numbers game in real life, and all of us have been forced to play it. And likewise, there's one for school. 100.282. This is my GPA. This set of numbers determines Thank you, Josiah. This set of numbers determines why I'm making this speech tonight. Watching this number fluctuate up and down through my 4 years of high school was why I was always putting my best foot forward, and it was also my driving force. Although I may have won this number, actually second place in this numbers game, fair and square, I missed out on all the sports gatherings, the musicals, the concerts, and other school events that I could have gone to interact more with my classmates and get to establish relationships with them and make memories. These were all missed opportunities to explore my interests, discover new things, meet new people, and develop a clearer answer for the single question, what do you want to be when you grow up? All of us have been pushed into playing this numbers game in school to answer this question, but I believe that what you want to be in life should not be defined by how high or how low your GPA is. You can be the smartest student in class, ace the class with a straight 100. Yes, you've won this numbers game, but you have no idea how to hold a conversation or make friends because you've been so focused on trying to win this numbers game. Being able to meet new friends, meet new people, how to communicate with people, even what to say in a job interview, and make memories with people. All these skills, social skills, they hold more value than what a number does in answering the question, what do you want to be when you grow up? But the question is still unclear, even as we cross this stage. So my message to my classmates and future classes is to think about this question differently. Instead of what do you want to be when you grow up, let's change it to who do you want to be when you grow up? This change allows the answer to revolve more around the experiences and memories that we have, and not around numbers and statistics. Numbers don't define success. In life, we are all blindsided into playing Monopoly, when in fact we were playing a choose-your-own-adventure game. So let me ask you all this tonight. Who do you want to be? Do you want to be the person who's confined by societal norms by playing this numbers game with no real purpose? Do you want to miss out on all the potential memories and opportunities to find your real self because of 10 numbers? Or do you want to discover yourself by going out, making new friends, meeting new people, forgetting the numbers, trying new things, and finding your own path after you walk the stage? Find an answer to who do you want to be when you grow up. Do you want to be helpful? Go volunteer. Do you want to learn how to cook? Sign up for a class, buy a cookbook. Or even, do you want to be a stay-at-home dad? You could be like my fellow graduate up here, Alexander Bowman. Create the memories that lead you to success and happiness and answer this new question, who do you want to be when you grow up? Who we are is always changing. People all change. Our ideas, our interests, they all change throughout life. Do not let numbers affect who you are and prevent you from being successful. I encourage everyone to go into this strange world where most people around you are playing this numbers game and ask yourself, who do you want to be when you grow up? 20 years in the future, when we are almost 40, starting to have graying hairs, arthritis, and our back problems are getting worse than they already are. Are you going to be remembered by your classmates as the person with perfect grades? Or are you going to be remembered by your actions, the interactions that you've had with people, the impact that you've had on others? Would your 6-year-old self be happy that you were a person who grew up to be trapped by numbers, striving to make those numbers increase as much as possible? Or would they be happy that you were able to be your own person and break free of societal norms and being a who instead of a what? Living life based on the ideas that you are not confined by numbers on a savings account or being part of a statistic will give you the answer to this new question: who do you want to be when you grow up? This is the question of life. How you answer it is up to you, as long as you were able to put down this numbers game. If you have a true answer to this question, you have already succeeded. Life isn't Monopoly. Life, success. You make your own success, and you control your own life. We are now at a fork in the road, one of many, where all of us will take different paths. Some going into higher education, some going right into the workforce, some going into the military, and some of us who just want to relax at home. Most of us will not see each other ever again, while some of us will go into the future together, going to the same colleges, living together, or staying local together. My words to everyone here, no matter what path you take, is don't let the numbers in your life prevent you from who do you want to be by changing you into a what do you want to be. Before I end this, take a look around at your classmates. These are the people you've been around with so long, growing up with them, making memories, and getting to know them. We've all endured so much together. We've made friendships. We've lost them. We made new ones, or even we strengthened previous ones. We've all had arguments with each other. We've all laughed and cried with each other. But the most important thing about these friendships is we all have memories within them. We all have something we can remember about our friends on this stage as we all disperse into this world. Everyone always says that your high school friend group doesn't last. But I believe if you're truly able to find the right people, just as most of us have, you can have lifelong friendships well into the future. As we cross the stage and go on with our lives, I would like to say that I am grateful for having had a normal senior year and for an in-person graduation with all the class here. I'm very proud of each and everyone here for all you guys have gone through and survived. I'm so happy to have grown up with you guys over the past 7 years and create memories that I won't forget. So I would like to make one last memory before we all graduate. No, it's a good picture. Okay. So thank you all, and congratulations to the Odyssey Academy graduating class of 2022.
Thank you, Kelvin. My name is Aaliyah Green, and I'm another valedictorian for the class of 2022. At this point, I would like to introduce Patsy Oberhoser, McKenna O'Lear, Ethan Huffman, and Kevin Lynn, as they recap our high school years and memorable moments.
Hello. Freshman year was a year of discovery and growth. While the class of 2022 had already made incredible memories and gains throughout their middle school years, such as developing new friend groups, adapting to multiple classes a day, and causing fun chaos on the Washington, D.C. trip. Yeah, I'm talking about Mr. Weeks and the cheese slap. Freshman year was when we really were ready to grow and mature. Regents, APs, tough teachers, changing social situations, and expected increases in independence. Teachers and parents no longer were willing to fully hold our hands. It was time to grow up. Of course, we still had our fun bouts of immaturity. I mean, I did dump grass on Mr. Allen's head during the freshman sea beach trip. Well, I know many of you also contributed to all of the teachers wanting to pull their hair out. Nevertheless, freshman year required so many of us to give us give up part of our childhood selves to grow into the young adults we were becoming. Overall, so many memories were made in this final normal year, and it was an incredible and memorable way to begin our 4-year high school journey.
Next was sophomore year. Just like any other year, it started out fairly normal, taking all the classes that we had selected just before the previous year ended. We all had a good head on our shoulders, feeling more prepared to take on the challenges of high school thanks to what we had learned as freshmen. We were finally starting to feel like real high schoolers, getting into the swing of things. Unfortunately though, this was also the year that turned everything for us upside down. We now had new things to worry about, such as the health and safety of not only ourselves but the people around us, whether or not school, activities, and businesses could continue, and even the next time we would be able to see our families and friends. There is nothing normal about a global pandemic, but it was now our new normal. Quarantine was a very difficult time for everyone, and Zoom didn't actually make it any easier. The rest of the school year blended into the summer, and we were all anxious as to what our junior year would look like, or if it would look like anything at all. Despite these uncertainties, though, we tried to make the best of the situation and had hope for a better junior year.
Now on to junior year, the year that everyone always says is the hardest, because most people are starting to take their SATs and possibly their ACTs. But at the same time, we're still preparing for Regents exams and AP exams. Then you also have to add in the fact that now people want you to start actually thinking about your future, which I didn't. But this is the year was also a little different for us too, because COVID was still happening. But now we're back in school, we're in mask all day. That's not the only thing. We're split into 3 groups. The amount of classes in a day was shortened to 4 long periods instead of the many we usually had. Even though it was different, many of my close friends were all in groups 2 and 3. I never saw them. It was a good experience and also let me get closer to other people that I wasn't close to at the time. I also like the fact that on Thursdays, I spent most of the day in one room. But coming to the end of the year, even though COVID was still happening, the school let us go to prom, where I finally got to see the friends that I haven't seen forever. And let me tell you, when I saw some of them, I was surprised because some of these people changed and even grew. But overall, it was an interesting and good year.
And now, we make it to senior year. The last step, the last year. We've arrived back to school full time, and we were just stressing over college applications, getting internships, scholarships. But at the same time, we were also having fun and enjoying the benefits of being seniors. We went through events such as Toga Day, Senior Sunrise, our final homecoming week, and pep rally. Everything felt normal this year, and it was. As the year progressed, we started to get accepted into our colleges, making choices on which one to go to. We got our licenses and our first cars. Senioritis was starting to step in. Towards the end of the year, we slowly went through our final projects. Our personal finance project to get us ready for the future for all our history classes. The ESK, which was a dreaded nightmare for all of us. And for those who really hated themselves, we decided to take the AP Calculus AP exam. But we went through them, and we were able to enjoy our senior week. We were able to go to Darien Lake and spend 8 hours there just to ride 3 rides the whole day. We spent the day at TSE playing kickball with the class, and everyone got to walk the red carpet as we went to senior ball and slow dance to the weekend. These were all memories that will last us a lifetime. Senior skip day at Durant Beach, moving up day, and all the struggles we've encountered that led us to this stage, the end of senior year. Another Greece Central School District tradition is allowing a student to be voted from the senior class to be our class speaker. This year, our student speaker from the class of 2022 is D'Angelo Caro. D'Angelo is everyone's hype man. He is respectful to everyone's opinions and has everyone's back. You can often hear him screaming at pep rallies, or even him singing up and moving up there. D'Angelo is the voice for our class, not being afraid of being heard or speaking out. it is my privilege to introduce our class speaker for the class of 2022 and everyone's personal hype man, D'Angelo Caro.
Thank you, Kelvin. Good evening to the staff, families, friends, and the Odyssey Academy graduating class of 2022. First, I would like to start off saying I hope everyone is having a blessed day. My name is D'Angelo Caro. I am the class speaker for the class of 2022. I would like to give a speech that I think all of you would enjoy. Despite the failures and mistakes we have made in the past because we're average humans, we can find that the average person can achieve greatness whether they are recognized by the world or just by a few people. Remember, in order to leave a legacy or achieve greatness, you don't have to have money or recognition. It's to show the world that you had hope, love, and nothing but great things to say to your peers that may have left an impact. If I was given a task to explain how my 7 years at Odyssey Academy went, I have to say it was very eventful and different. I say this because personally I ran into a few friends along the way that I wouldn't have thought I ran into because of this. I would have to say that my time at Odyssey was a great experience because it taught me many personal and people skills along the way. Growing up, I was always taught that no matter the race, skin color, everyone believes you're right and no one is perfect. So making a couple friends along the way as you go to the path of graduation can be very helpful. And you may learn new things that you wouldn't have. If you didn't open up and meet that person, who knows, they could have been your best friend if you just took the risk and talked with them. I know I'm not valedictorian, I don't have the best grades, but the fact that the class has picked me as a class speaker is something that I'm proud of and full of excitement to know that my class trusts me enough with the honor to speak for everyone. I would like to say that in my book, everyone is a valedictorian, a wonderful human being, because the kindness and purity of the 2022 graduates have shown something that others cannot say, that is that dedication. We didn't let COVID-19 ever stop us from ruining our last year of high school ever. We persevered through it and had a great year. Even if we weren't allowed to do some things, the school would not allow it. We've always found something to do to celebrate, and I think that right there is something special about the class. No matter what, we always find a way to make everyone's day better as individuals. I feel like to really get to know a person, you need to listen carefully and hear someone out, because you might not know what someone's going through. And they might love that conversation that you're trying to start. Getting to be able to talk to someone and getting to know them might not seem like a big deal to them, but to them, they might love waking up every morning and going to school just to be able to talk to you. You never know the other person's story. I know the class of 2022 was not perfect by any means, and we had our arguments with each other from time to time. But standing here tonight, watching everyone sitting here on the stage with their caps and gowns really brings a tear to my eye because we made it so far to be able to walk the stage and get handed that diploma we waited our entire lives for. I have nothing but love for all my classmates in the graduating class of 2022 because everyone has impacted me in some way and made my year better and made me feel like I was a part of something special. I hope everyone has a blessed future in life. You all do great things. Thank you.
Hello again, and thank you, D'Angelo. It is now time for our principal's address this evening. Dr. Henley has been the principal at Odyssey for many years now. It was unique to watch him go from being an assistant principal to being the principal. Even though I was personally not close to Dr. Henley, I would always see him go out of his way and talk to people and see how they were doing. That's one of the things I personally like about Dr. Henley, that he has an impressive balance of professionalism and genuine compassion. Dr. Henley may not know this, but I have a little canyon sitting in his office since last year that I made during the tech fest. And I also hope you enjoyed the tissue pop from a letter I wrote about a lollipop. I also want to do a little side note and thank Dr. Henley for giving us a great last year of high school, especially after all these crazy things that kept hurting us. I hope you continue on doing great things. Good luck. It is truly my pleasure today to welcome the man who likes to be known as champion, even though we know he rips the team so he can win, our Odyssey principal, Dr. Jeffrey Henley.
Superintendent Groutman, let me tell you something about the class of 2022. They have chosen love. They are one of the most caring and thoughtful groups of students that I have ever had the privilege to work with. At both prom and senior all-day party, TSE and RIT staff stopped us and told us how wonderful and thoughtful this class is and how they were one of the best classes that they've ever worked with. Families, you have raised great children. Towards the end of the year, I've received many thank you cards from students of this class. I've saved every one. On a particularly tough day, I received a gift from student Sarah Bleak. Where are you, Sarah? There you are, right up front. She didn't know that I was having a hard day. She certainly didn't know how much the gift helped me put things into perspective. It was a coffee mug. And it said, "Being a principal is easy. It's like riding a bike. Except the bike is on fire, you're on fire, everything is on fire. Truer words have never been spoken, sir. The class of 2022 takes care of each other. I have so many great memories of students from different walks of life, different backgrounds, and different friend groups, calling each other by name in the hallways, shaking hands, or dabbing each other up, which is a fist bump for the older folks. All the ones with arthritis and gray hair. I got it too. There's nothing you can do about it. This showed to me that this class cared more about what brings them together than what separates them. I will say that one of the things that I will miss most about this class is the special handshakes and the TikTok dances that they have taught me. If you go to the Odyssey TikTok page, there may or may not be a TikTok of me getting sturdy. And a definition, there really isn't one for any of us. It just is what it is. Okay. You just have to see it to believe it, folks. Most graduation speeches are made to inform you of advice, and I'm here to give you some too. Class of 2022, don't change a bit. You're optimistic, the world is your oyster, and you have chosen love. This world today needs exactly that. It needs people who are able to see past what makes them different and find the common denominator of love for something that is bigger than all of us, a love for each other. It has been my true privilege to be the member of the Odyssey Academy's family for the past 8 years. I can honestly say that I will miss you and your many family members that I've come to know. We may have been through many difficulties with the pandemic, but we grew together through this time. We built deep relationships, and we have learned alongside each other on how to be better people. I have been humbled by how the Odyssey community has embraced me as your principal, and I am so grateful for the people that you have entrusted in my care. Odyssey Academy and the class of 2022 will always have a special place in my heart. And as I step out of this role, I will close by saying what I say every morning to our students. We are Odyssey Academy.
Seniors, please rise. I now present to you President Sean McCabe of the Greece Central School District Board of Education, the class of 2022 of Greece Odyssey Academy of the Greece Central School District. This class has met all the requirements set forth by the State of New York State Department of Education and the Greece Central School District Board of Education. I recommend to you that they be awarded diplomas.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as President of the Board of Education of the Greece Central School District, I authorize the awarding of diplomas to this graduating class of 2022 of Greece Odyssey Academy. Congratulations.
At this time, would teachers, Ms. Tortora and Mrs. Smith come to the podium for the awarding of diplomas. Seniors in the first row may prepare for awards. Remaining seniors, you may be seated.
Bernardino Garcia. Angela will be attending MCC, followed by Niagara University with a major in biology. Gianna Arena. Gianna is taking a gap year before going to college for business management. Omar Ashkar. Omar is attending SUNY ESF for aquatics and fishery. Dylan Austin. Dylan will be going to SUNY Brockport for political science and intends to get a master's in public administration. Alyssa Ayala. Alyssa will be heading into the workforce after graduation. Suhani Bad. Suhani is working on her plan for after graduation. Tyler Biller. Tyler plans to attend MCC for a major in liberal arts. Sarah Bleak. Sarah plans to study cinema and screen studies at MCC. Mia Baglione. Mia will be attending Nazareth College where she will study physical therapy. Alexander Bonin. Alexander plans to enter the workforce after graduation. Dayron Brown. Melody Brown. Melody will be going to college to study computer technology. Andrew Buckley. Andrew plans to go into the workforce after high school. Tyler Burnside. Tyler is still making a decision about a career, but will be working part-time and continuing his musical career with his band. Aiden Kansalmi. Aiden plans to go straight to work.
Jennifer Cow. Jennifer plans to attend D'Angelo Farah. D'Angelo will be taking a gap year and then attending MCC for business. Josephine Carter. Josephine is working on her plan for the future. Erin Caulfield. Erin intends to go to MCC and major in liberal arts. Cody Clark. Gabriel Cobo Raimundo. Gabriel is entering the workforce with the intent to go into a trade program. Liliana Cochiara. Liliana will be entering the workforce. Joshua Cologne. Joshua plans to enter the workforce in the electrical field. Anne-Marie Kudico. Anne-Marie is doing prereqs at MCC and then going to SUNY Canton for funeral administration. Devin Dale. Devin entering the workforce as a mason. Nolani V. Davidson. Nolani will be attending the University at Albany, working toward a Bachelor of Science degree. Nick DeRosa. Nick is headed into the workforce, working as a diesel mechanic.
Riley DePinto. Riley is heading to St. John Fisher College, where she is double majoring in public health and athletic performance. Mason Drake. Mason will be going into the Marines. Mary Durbin. Mary is going to Nazareth College, majoring in psychology, and plans to become a therapist specializing in phobias. Grace Durham. Grace will be attending Stony Brook University, majoring in biology. Aiden Eddy will be attending Baldwin Wallace University. His degree will be a Bachelor of Music Vocal Performance. Aiden is currently competing in the National Jimmy Awards in Broadway. The best of luck, Aiden. Jaden Ercolino. Is going to MCC and will study business administration. Haley Fernandez. Haley will be attending MCC for health studies. Haley Gagner. Haley plans to go to Roberts Wesleyan College for music education. Amanda Gates. Amanda is attending Junior College for occupational therapy. Nayshawn Haley. Nayshawn will be attending MCC in the fall. Magda Deckers. Magda will be
Hunter Hefner. Hunter is going to work in his family-owned business. Sky Hemingway. Sky will be attending Damon University in the fall. Eduardo Hernandez. Eduardo is accepted into MCC, Entrepreneur and Applied Business. Ethan Huffnagel. Ethan is working on his EMT and then plans to work on becoming a firefighter. Shamir Hughes. Shamir is working on his plan for the future. Janela Hunter. Janela is working on her plan after graduation. Mohammed Abraham. Mohammed will be going to MCC in the fall where he will study finance. Aiden Jackman. Aiden is working on his plan for the future. Mahindra Kami. Mahindra is also working on his plan for the future. Elena Kelman. Elena is working on a plan for after graduation. Kanye Novak. Kanye is going into the workforce with heavy equipment, maintenance, and repair. Gavin Koch. Gavin has been accepted into NCC for Liberal Arts General Studies.
Alexis Lagares. Eddie wants to go into the EMT program at MCC. Justin Laster. Justin is working on his plan for the future. Khalil Lewis. Khalil plans on going to MCC for 2 years, then move to South Carolina to complete 2 more years of college, all for creative writing. Randy Lynn. Randy is attending CHM to study biology, pre-pharmacy. Andon Locicero. Andon is going to Roberts Wesleyan College, where he will be studying microbiology and voice acting later on. Josiah Lopez. Josiah plans to attend MCC in their HVAC program. McKinley Matson. McKinley plans to enter the workforce as a carpenter after high school. Emily McGarry. Giselle Maldonado DeLong. Giselle is working on her plan for the Parker Mangone. Parker will be attending FLCC and majoring in horticulture, cannabis biology and cultivation track. Jazir Manning. Jazir will be entering the workforce and taking courses part-time. Riel Mathis. Haley Morrow. Haley plans to stay in her current job and let her calling come to her. Nishari Miguel. Nishari will be going to MCC where she will study business.
Ryan Michelson. Ryan will be attending Hilbert College to major in cybersecurity. Tyshawn Mills. Tyshawn will be going to FLCC in the fall. Dina Midjicic. Dina is going to SUNY Rockport where she will study business administration. Danny Nguyen. Danny will be attending St. John Fisher College, majoring in finance and computer science. Calvin Nguyen. University of Rochester, studying biology to be a cardiac surgeon. Patricia Overholzer. Patricia will be going to Damon College for the physical therapy program. Christian O'Lear. Christian will be going into the workforce after graduation. McKenna O'Lear. McKenna is graduating with her cosmetology license and entering right into a salon as a hairstylist. She will also be continuing her career in dance. Genevieve Underdog. Genevieve will be taking a gap year and going into the workforce. Kenton Osborne. Kenny is working on his plan for the future. Joseph Pavone III. Joey plans to go into the workforce as a mechanic or a farmer. Maiken Perez Aguilar. Maiken is working on his future plan for the future. Giovanni Peruzini. Giovanni will be going to MCC where he will study the liberal arts. Donovan Pearson. Donovan will be attending SUNY Fredonia to study jazz, get his MBA, and wants to eventually earn a master's at a music conservatory. Jacob Preston.
Thomas Rebus. Tommy is going to Erie Community College and studying liberal arts. Troy Rittenberg. Troy will be going into the workforce with a career in food service. Jesse Rivera. Jesse is working on his plan for the future. Jonah Roger. Jonah will be entering the workforce with a career in carpentry. Angelo Romero. Angelo plans on going to MCC for an associate's degree. Garrett Sadowski. Garrett is heading into the workforce in engineering and metal welding industry. Aja Sanders. Raj Satsankar. Raj is working on a plan for the future. Tyler Scarlett. Tyler will be going into the workforce, working for waste management. Sydney Schlosser. MCC for graphic design in 2023. Gabriella Schneider. Gabriella will attend SUNY Rockport for nursing. Brian Sabunya. Brian is planning to go to MCC and major in international business. Star Surfine. Star is going to St. John Fisher College and will study psychology. Luke Shaw. Luke will be working at Isaac Heating and Cooling after graduation.
Joshua Schultes. Joshua will be attending a two-year college to study English. Brooke Simmons. Brooke is going to SUNY Geneseo, majoring in business administration. Amaya Smith. Jalen Smith. Santino Toomey. Santino is going into construction as a carpenter. Nicholas Tran. Nicholas plans to go to MCC to study culinary arts. Kelly Truong. Kelly will be attending the University of Buffalo, majoring in art. Sienna Tayo. Jacob Malone. Jacob Malone will study biology. Kelvin Van. Ayana Voltaire.
Asia Wade. Asia is going to North Carolina A&T, where she will be studying nursing. Jenna Wilcox. Jenna Wilcox. Jenna is working on her plans for the future. Kylie Willis. Kylie is going to attend Coastal Carolina University, majoring in exercise science. Tristan Wise. For health studies. And last but not least, Sarah Zimmerman. Sarah will be attending MCC for photography and video production.
All right, and now for a fun little event. It's now time for the cap and tassel ceremony. And doing it will be Sarah Zimmerman.
I'm so sorry, I thought Miss West was going first. Okay. Hi, I'm still Sarah Zimmerman. Seniors, please rise. On the behalf of Dr. Henley, Ms. Groutman, and the Board of Education, it is now time for the cap and tassel ceremony. The movement of the tassel symbolizes your movement from the role of student to that of graduate. On the count of 3, move the tassel from right to left. Everybody ready? 1, 2, 3.
2022's AP for the last 4 years. I just wanted to take a few minutes to share how incredibly special they are and to acknowledge how unprecedented their high school journey has been. As I look at all their faces sitting on the stage today, I remember what it was like the first time I spoke to you as a group at your 9th grade assembly. I was a brand new administrator and I remember feeling so nervous. And then I looked at all of you and realized that you may be just as nervous because you are in a transition time just like me. I had been a teacher for many years before I became an administrator, and I spent a good portion of that time in 9th grade, and it was arguably my favorite grade level. Yet to my surprise, when I stood in front of you 1 year later, when you were 10th graders, I distinctly remember thinking, okay, I guess 10th grade's my favorite now. This trend continued all the way through the years. It is undeniable that your time in high school was filled with surprises, trepidation, and a lot of unknowns. When COVID hit in your 10th grade year, we were all in uncharted territory. At first, everyone was like, yeah, an extra week or two of school off, hooray. But then as time passed, I started to hear more and more from all of you about how you missed school, you felt disconnected, and you really did not realize until then what an important piece of the puzzle your school life was. Thankfully, the following year, we were allowed to come back in person through the hybrid model, but there was no denying that the business of school was very different. So here we are at graduation. This class is incredibly talented, and many of you have distinguished yourself through academics, music, sports, RTE, WMOCO, Black Scholars, National Honor Society, Seal of Biliteracy, AVID, scholarships, and awards. However, I want to say that some of the greatest accomplishments that I have seen in this class over time are connected to maturity and the level of commitment. Some of you, it was your recommitment to your education. Our world was turned upside down with COVID, and you were young men and women when it happened. We experienced collective trauma, and there were many obstacles for our families and students. It did not always seem possible to keep the academics going. Yet this year, so many of you dug in deep to right your ship. You stepped up and decided that on the precipice of adulthood, it was time to get things done. As I read through your future plans or spent time discussing with some of you about your passions and your excitements for the next step, my heart is filled with joy. I cannot explain how many times I pictured this day, which is why I was always screaming in the hallway, Operation Graduation, go to class, Operation Graduation, since you are 9th grade, right? I want to end by saying, please never forget how worth it you all are. Never forget that if you work hard, you can do anything that you set your mind to. Take time to reflect. Be genuinely sorry when you misstep, and remember that we are a community with world. You are the future generation, and I encourage you to be active citizens. Get connected. Try new things. Look inside and explore your biases so you can be open to others' perspectives. Don't let life pass you by. Take all the lessons, positive and negative, from these last 4 years and push your growing edge. Thank you for being the best reason that I came to school every day all these years. I will never, ever forget the impact that all of you have made on me, and I am so, so proud to say that you are graduating.
On behalf of the class of 22, I thank you for being here tonight. We're supposed to sit down, but unfortunately, graduates, please stand. All right. We're now going to recess to be back and continue straight around to reassemble on the stage. Parents, please remain seated until the recession is over. At that time, you are free to come onto the stage and take a class photograph. The staff will be assembling for a photo on stage immediately following the graduates. Congratulations again, class of 2022. Mr. Sweats, please begin the procession.